This was the final leg in a long journey, a flight from Cairo. 15-year-old Majd and his siblings, along with his mum, on their way to the UK. Just over 5 hours and here they are at Heathrow. Majd, whose name means glory, is here to have a series of complicated surgeries.
بعد العشاء يا معلم من كنان ايش بدها؟
Here he is a couple of months before the war started, eating watermelon and talking about what he had for dinner. Life was simple and fun. Then his life changed.
فهو مروح صارت له هواية اتصابوا أغلبية أصحابه وهو اتصاب وفي واحد استشهد من أصحابه يعني وكانوا هم بفكروه شهيد أصلاً حطوه في الثلاجات لولا حرك إيده كان مغمى عليه ففكروه شهيد.
The injuries we're about to show are graphic. Majd was hit when an Israeli tank shell exploded, shattering his jawbone.
عادي بس صعب شوية يعني مش كتير يعني بس هذا أنا نفسي أتعالج وخلص وبس.
In late February last year, the tank blast hit Majd's jaw and face. He was taken to a hospital nearby where a plate was fitted. About 6 months later, he went south to Rafah for further treatment. It was there that doctors saw he needed surgery they couldn't possibly do. He left Gaza for Egypt in February earlier this year. Finally, after a year of waiting, they arrived in London. How have you been able to get Majd out of Gaza to Egypt and finally to the UK?
It's been over 20 months we've been working on this. And only really at the beginning of this year did we start seeing a little bit of movement in terms of our ability to do that. It was very, very challenging before then.
Majd is the third child so far to be evacuated and brought to the UK for treatment. All three have been completely privately funded, spearheaded by the charity Project Pure Hope. Last week, the Prime Minister pledged to accelerate the medical evacuation of children from Gaza. The co-founder of the charity wants a similar scheme to the one offered to Ukrainian children treated by the NHS. How urgently do you need the government to move?
But the government just now needs to say, let's go ahead, let's take your blueprint, let's take what you've established, let's take your learning, and let's move at pace and scale. And that requires a little bit of bravery, a little bit of stepping up, and just generally a bit of action. We did this for Ukraine. There is no reason we should not be doing this for Gaza.
Majd's complex surgeries will happen over several stages at Great Ormond Street Hospital, led by neurosurgeon Awaz Jalani.
We can remake a jaw for him, restructure things so he's able to feed, perhaps not quite 100% normally, but well enough and be able to speak well enough. And hopefully that should mean a much better quality of life for him now and in the foreseeable future.
Majd's favourite player is Cristiano Ronaldo. This is the first time in a year with his brother and sister they've been able to kick a ball outside of hospital grounds. Now you're here in the UK, what are you most looking forward to doing? What do you want to see? What do you want to do?
أمل إني أتعالج وأصير أشتغل وحاجات زي هيك يعني.
هو كان حلمه إنه يعني يكبر ويفتح بيت لإله ولأخواته هو إنه إحنا كنا منفصلين أنا وأبوه فكان بده يجمعنا أنا وأخواته ببيت واحد.
Islam has 2 other kids who are still in Gaza and weren't permitted to come. And while she seems relieved to be in London, she said her heart is torn in 2.